Welcome back to Mouthing Off with Mike, the only wrestling podcast that's always got an ace up the sleeve. Ladies and gentlemen, these are my WWE NXT Stand and Deliver Vegas match predictions. We've got what looks to be an incredible Stand and Deliver WrestleMania 41 weekend here in Vegas. So let's start off the action right here on Mouthing Off with Mike Wrestling Podcast.
Mouthing Off with Mike, Mouthing Off with Mike, Mouthing Off with Mike.
Welcome back in to Mouthing Off with Mike. If you haven't already caught my WWE WrestleMania 41 predictions, go ahead, check them out. They came out Monday afternoon. They are available right here on YouTube as well. If you are listening on the audio side, they are available on all podcast audio platforms. So, we've got NXT Stand and Deliver. We've got 7 matches here in Vegas Saturday morning, the morning before WrestleMania night, one Saturday night. I think we are at, I think the time of the event starts at around 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So much like we were all kids, enjoying Saturday morning cartoons with our cereal and milk. I was always a Cinnamon Toast Crunch guy myself. So if you are not in Vegas, then grab yourself a nice bowl of cereal, get nice and comfy on your couch Saturday morning, and throw on NXT Stand and Deliver because it is bound to be an incredible show. Let's start off here with our first match. We will see Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson versus Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade versus Fatal Influence, JC Jane, and Fallon Henley, and of course, Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan. I don't know where Shotzi's been. I'm missing me some Shotzi. In a number 1 contenders fatal 4-way elimination match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Now, when I pictured Stand and Deliver, I did not picture Roxanne Perez being in a tag team match with Cora Jade, so that leads me to believe one of 2 things. She will either have her farewell tour from NXT, bid them adieu, and head on to the main roster following WrestleMania, the Raw after Mania, the SmackDown after Mania, or her and Cora might win this thing, or end up having a feud to end Roxanne's time in NXT. So I am already eliminating Roxanne and Cora out of the running here for the number 1 contenders. Lash, Jakara, Tatum, Gigi, Fatal Influence, JC Jane, and Fallon Henley. Those are the 3 teams I got my eye on. If I got to give you a pick here, you know I got to go with them. I got to go with the Bougie Bully. I got to go with Miss Jackson. I'm taking Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson to become the new number 1 contenders to the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Next up, we've got the D'Angelo family, the Don, Tony D, my favorite Italian brother. Can 2 Dons coexist? We're going to find out Friday at WWE World when I finally get a chance to shake the Don's hand. If he's got the ring on, we have to kiss the ring. Maybe I'll wear my ring. We'll do a little Don kissing of the ring trade-off here because, I think 2 Dons can coexist at the same time. We've got the family. 6-man tag team action here against the group that has been making headlines week after week, month after month. That is the Dark State group. A group of all up-and-coming NXT talent, some that you've seen on the LFG show on A&E Sunday nights, a part of WWE Superstar Sunday. They are going to have a 6-man tag team match. And the way things ended on NXT this Tuesday, I'm expecting some pure chaos. I will say I am very excited for this match. Obviously, I am biased. I'm staring at the Italian flag right here off camera. I am Italian. The Don, the family, bunch of fellow Italians. So I got to give the win to the D'Angelo family, but something just doesn't sit right with me. And I just feel like there's some sort of swerve coming. I don't think the Don is a part of the Dark State group. But for some strange reason, after the interaction him and the underboss Stacks had this past week, I feel like Stacks is involved. So I would not expect, I wouldn't be surprised if Stacks during the match ends up siding with Darkstate and revealing his true colors and turning on the Don, thus potentially leading to the Don and the Underboss in one final story for the Don to then get called up to the main roster. It is, WrestleMania season, post-WrestleMania season. The draft is right down the pipeline. So I would not be surprised if a lot of the talent that we've seen in NXT over the last couple years finally hit the main roster and see, what they've got, what they can bring to the Raw and or SmackDown rosters. So I'm going to pick the family, but I would not be surprised if Darkstate gets the win here and something happens with the D'Angelo family and the Don and the Underboss. I really hope not, guys. I really, really hope not, because family's my favorite faction in WWE right now. I think the Don is criminally underrated. And if he does make it to the main roster, I would have liked to seen him with the family. But if it doesn't happen and he ends up going up himself, I'm supporting Gabagool for the Don. I mean, if I could bring some Gabagool to WWE World and be like, hey, Don, I owe you this, because I said if you win the NXT North American Championship, Gabagool's on me. So here's the Gabagool I owe you. I'm a man of my word, Don. Let me in the family. If Stacks ends up turning on him, listen, I could fill in, one or two. I could take the hits, you know what I'm saying? Listen, give me the D'Angelo family. Give me the Don taking the win here against Darkstate. All right, next up, we got the NXT Tag Team Championship on the line. Fraxium, Axiom, Nathan Frazier versus Hank Walker and Tank Legend. Now, this surprised me. I didn't expect them to win that Tag Team #1 Contenders match. I did not see this coming. They cut a really good promo this week. But Fraxium right now are, and this is not an exaggeration, they are the best tag team in all of professional wrestling right now. They are incredible. From Frazier's speed to Axiom's athleticism and the way he can move around the ring, cat-like reflexes, incredible. These two make one of the best tag teams we've seen from WWE. Shawn Michaels really knew what he was doing here when he took these two guys and put them together, because you've got, basically thunder and lightning, and you've got you've got something special here. So in my mind, Fraxium never should give up those NXT tag titles. They should hold the gold till they get called up and have to relinquish them. So give me Fraxium as your winners and still NXT Tag Team Champions. We've got the NXT North American Championship here on the line. New champion defeating Shawn Spears, who defeated the Don. Sad Italian noises. Ricky Saints, formerly Ricky Starks from AEW, will take on another former AEW, now current NXT champion, and also current #1 contender to the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, Ethan Page, all ego. We've got Ricky Saints, Ethan Page, one-on-one for the NXT North American Championship. I feel like I just stepped into the frickin' Twilight Zone. They got the narrator here. Oh my goodness, I am a big Twilight Zone fan, and this man's name is escaping me right now. It was like Ron or Rod Zapata or something. I mean, I'm going to Google that, and I'm going to put a little asterisk and be like, wow, I really messed that up, or damn, I fucking nailed it, baby. Ricky Saints, man, great to see him holding some gold. The Revolution will in fact be televised, and it will air on the CW network here for WWE when it comes to Ricky Saints. Ethan Page, since coming to WWE, he has finally gotten the focus, the shine, the ability to get TV time, to get himself over, to show the fans who he fucking is. Same thing with Ricky Saints. But both of these guys, big fans, so happy to see them here on a premium live event, WrestleMania weekend, fighting for a title here. I gotta give the win here to my main man, Ricky Saints, and still NXT North American Championship. This could be a match. We might be talking about post-WrestleMania. We could be talking a match of the weekend contender here when it comes to the NXT side, but maybe overall on the weekend. Every Stand and Deliver I have been at since WrestleMania 38. I was there 38, 39, I was there. I was late thanks to that god-awful LA traffic, so I missed Indy Hartwell winning the Women's Championship in that incredible ladder match. I hate it still to this day. last year's NXT Stand and Deliver, there was the Briggs, Oba, and damn, I'm gonna forget the third person in that triple threat, man. Dijak, feast your eyes, man. That match stole the show for me last year. And then the Don and Ilya, man, that was another freaking incredible match. But I think Ricky Saints and Ethan Page have themselves a chance to steal the show WrestleMania weekend. Next up here, we've got an NXT Women's North American Championship ladder match. We've got the returning Thea Hale, who qualified this past Tuesday on NXT. So happy. So happy to see Thea Hale back on NXT. Incredible talent, incredible energy she brings to the television screens weekly. We've got Lola Vice. Not only can she shake her ass, she can knock you out. Then you got Kalani Jordan. You got Sol Ruka, new WWE Speed Women's Champion. Congratulations to Sol Ruka, defeating Candice LeRae. You got Izzy Dame. It is what it is. You've got Zarya here in the NXT North American Championship ladder match. Oh, baby. Shawn Michaels, you know how to cook. Here's a match that's probably going to steal the show this weekend. It's going to steal the weekend away from a lot of talent, because when these 6 women go out there, they are going to put on one hell of a show here. Izzy Dame, underrated. Thea Hale, so underrated. Sol Ruka, Lola Vice, Kalani Jordan, so good already. Especially Kalani and Sol, man. They are special. That Sol Ruka, man. That Soul Snatcher. She is, athletic. Doing it in Vans too, baby. Off the wall. Zarya, Australian powerhouse. Listen, this is tough. I want to say Thea Hale here, guys. I really want to take Thea Hale. I really do. I'm going to go with Zarya. Give me the Australian menace herself. Give me Zarya winning the NXT North American Women's Championship, NXT Stand and Deliver Mania 41 weekend in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. And as well, if you haven't already gotten your WrestleMania tickets or any tickets to any of the many wrestling events taking place WrestleMania 41 week here in Las Vegas, from the Independence to Defy to GC Dub, the Bloodsport to Friday Night SmackDowns, Raws, NXT, Stand and Delivers, WrestleManias, make sure you go in the description of this episode. SeatGeek code MOWM for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. As well, if you are in the market for some WrestleMania gear from your favorites this year at WrestleMania, head down in there. My WWE Shop affiliate link is down below. Use that link when you shop on WWE and you finish that transaction. You will help support Mouthing Off with Mike and my cohorts over at Boom Broadcasting, because we all share the money here, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever money to be had is it goes to my brothers, my good brothers. Back to the matter at hand here, folks. We've got ourselves a fatal 4-way. Oh, baby. You already know what's about to go down here. We got ourselves an NXT Women's Championship match. Excuse me, we got ourselves a triple threat. I got excited. I got ahead of myself. Triple threat, NXT Women's title. Stephanie Vacour relinquished the North American Championship just a few weeks ago, which set us up that incredible ladder match for that title. Versus Julia, former NXT Women's Champion. Stephanie Vacour, current NXT Women's Champion. Versus Jordynne Grace. Once again, guys, I don't know how to count. I was right the whole time. It is a fatal 4-way. Steph defending the title against Julia, against Jordynne Grace, against Jada Parker. Oh, baby. This is going to be something special here. This is going to be a special match. Stephanie Vacour, Julia, 2 of the biggest signings in WWE, right behind Zarya, right there with Jordynne Grace. Well, head of Zarya, right there with Jordynne Grace. These 3 women, Vacour, Julia, Grace, 3 of the biggest signings NXT has this year. I think one of these women is getting called up after WrestleMania. For some reason, my brain is going Jordan. Jordan's ready for the main roster. Jordan has been ready for the main roster. I like to see Jordan hold some NXT gold. Just while she's there, man. Just add another accolade to her insane resume up to this point in her career. I'd like to see Jordan get this win, man. But I truthfully think that Steph Farcourt is going to retain here. I think Steph's going to retain, set something up for the future with Julia. Jade is not ready for the main roster. She's going to hang out in NXT for a little bit longer, chasing the titles. Jordan, I think, out of those four, especially mainly the top three there, Steph and Julia with her, I think Jordan's going to the main roster post-Mania. I mean, I think I'd like that. I mean, she fits right in perfectly on SmackDown, man. That SmackDown women's division could use Jordan Grace. Now, my close second on this is Jordan wins the NXT Women's Championship, and then Steph and Julia, one of those two, are going up. I think Steph and Julia need some time in NXT. I think the crowd is behind them. More so Stephanie than Julia right now, but I think those two need a little bit more time in NXT. I think Jordan is a name out of this mix here where I think people know her on main roster television from her Rumble appearances. They have seen the others here in the Rumble. Jordan is way more known by the WWE fan base than maybe these two were at this point. So I don't hate me for that logic there, but like it makes sense, you know. I think Jordan's going up, and I think Steph's retaining here. That's my take here. Give me Steph and still women's champ. Main event time. It's been announced this will headline NXT Stand and Deliver. The NXT champion Oba Femi will take on Whoop That Trick Williams. Taking on the man who is just so bouncy. Yes, he is. That's Javon Evans. We got ourselves a little triple threat action here. One, this match, going to go crazy. This might be better than the triple threat last year with Dijak Briggs and Oba. Real talk. This might clear it. I think Oba and Javon are going to make magic in this match. I think Trick is going to look fantastic. I think Trick with Oba and Javon, like it's like a WWE GM mode here. You got the heavyweight versus the striker versus the cruiser. And you know, in the game, it's like the heavyweight and the cruiser mix as well, and then the fighter or whatever the brawler there, Trick, is a neutral opponent for anybody. So this is like a my GM mode, like hits all the right marks, hits all the right meters there. Looking at this match, Trick Williams is done in NXT. Trick has had a hell of an NXT run. It is time to bring Trick to the main roster. I know I sound crazy, guys. I know I'm saying Roxanne, Tony, and Trick are all going to the main roster. Maybe even Jordan Grace. Four people are leaving NXT. But think about how many more there are next in line in NXT. You have Evolve going on Wednesday nights on Tubi. You have the LFG program that's happening on Sunday nights. You have a ton of other NXT talent down there. Women, men, tag teams. They're chomping at the bit here to get on NXT. And I think those four, realistically, have been in NXT the longest. And I think those four are going. They're going to the main roster. Trick might end up linking up with Carmelo, you know, kind of looking at Melo like, bro, why are you with The Miz? Could bring them two back together down the line. Jordan, I could definitely see on SmackDown. As for Roxanne, I very well could see Roxanne going to Raw. She's been on Raw a lot. You know, she was on SmackDown last week, but I think Roxanne goes to Raw, Jordan goes to SmackDown, Trick maybe goes to SmackDown, Don goes to Raw. That's my prediction right now when it comes to post-Mania, draft season, you know, looking ahead. Oba is going to retain this championship. I think Oba, when it is said and done, will be one of the longest reigning NXT heavyweight champions in its history. I think we're pretty much up there. I know Finn, Samoa Joe, Nakamura. You know, there's a few. You know, Cross has had an incredible NXT run. You know, Adam Cole Bebe had a great run with that title. But I think Oba's is going to surpass all of them. I think Oba will probably end up holding the longest reign because I believability wise, the only person that has beaten Oba for a title was the Don. That's it. So put that. That's a huge accolade next to the Don's name. He's the only person that's been able to defeat Oba up to this point. I don't think anybody in NXT right now can beat Oba. The only thing I would say is just Javon could sneak this out. I would not be shocked if Javon won this title in a shock moment and the place went absolutely bonkers. Obafemi, though, in my opinion, he is retaining the championship and still the ruler on top of NXT's men's division, Obafemi. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it here for my NXT Stand and Deliver predictions. Be on the lookout this weekend as your boy will be in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada for WrestleMania week. I will be going to the store, WWE World. I'm going to Stand and Deliver. WrestleMania is up in the air. Like you heard me saying, the WrestleMania predictions, the wrestling podcast that might gamble his way to WrestleMania. Maybe not might, probably will. But we'll see how it goes. We're going to keep an eye on things. We might be able to get to WrestleMania one way or another. I'll be there. We'll figure it out. I always find it out. I always got an ace up the sleeve here, folks. So be on the lookout. I'm going to be dropping some exclusive social media content at MOWM_podcast, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Threads. What other social media sites are there? Blue Sky, too. I'm out there, too. I'm all over the place. Subscribe right here on YouTube if you like the content. And tell me what match you're most excited about here for NXT Stand and Deliver 2025 in Vegas. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you here on the flip side on my socials. And I'll see you next week for some nightcaps and some post-WrestleMania coverage. So take it easy. Enjoy WrestleMania week. It's like Christmas. You got 420 this weekend. You got Easter. You got WrestleMania. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Bye, guys. I'll see you here real soon.
Now they off with Mike. Now they off with Mike. Now they off with Mike.